Hello.
Yes.
How you doing?
Hello?
Hello? Hello. Okay. Understood. Let's get the weird calls out the way real quick until we get some legitimate ones. He asked me to be exclusive or intimate for the first time, and then he has not spoken to me in 2 days. Did he ask you to be exclusive before the intimacy? Okay. Well, we probably know what happened there then, love. Like, was it like a communication that you needed exclusivity before intimacy? Was that ever communicated or implied? I'm curious. So, through dating, did you ever communicate that exclusivity would be needed before you were open to becoming intimate? So, was he ever under the impression that he would need to be exclusive with you first? Okay, gotcha. Um, yeah, if he's not talked to you in 2 days, it's not a good sign, right? It is possible that the exclusivity was a tactic used to be intimate. Let's try this call out again.
I'm so sorry. Hello?
Yes,
Oh, my Wi-Fi was horrible. I'm so
it's all
sorry.
good. It's all good. What's going on?
I'm so sorry. I just have a question.
Sure.
I don't know, it's like 7 months ago, somebody asked me for my number and he apparently was married, and then he actually played it really well. He he said like his house was practically his house, but it really wasn't his house. It
Hmm.
was his cousin's house, but it was a beautiful house. So he played that like really good.
Right.
And three bedroom, I was with him literally 8 months. But like, why married men cheat? Just like say the truth. Just be like, I'm married. Like, if you're not happy, then get divorced or don't get married.
I agree with you, but
And it makes me want to not ever trust any man. And like, again, my friend's friend too, like, he was trying to talk to me and he was married too. Like, I've been getting like hit with all the married men. It's
so
crazy.
so the one you were in a relationship with for 7 months, he was actively married, meaning like living with his spouse.
Literally, yes. Yes. And I would see him all the time, like every other day, and he said the house that was his, but it really wasn't. It was his cousin's.
Interesting.
Isn't
Okay.
that crazy?
Yeah, it's insane actually.
It's
But
gross. It's gross. It's like I can't even trust anybody anymore.
how did you meet him?
From my friend's cousin.
And they knew him like personally,
She never. Yeah.
and they didn't know he was married.
She told me like, hey, he's mad. He was married and he got divorced, but he literally was still living with her. Has everything with her.
But was he actually divorced or separated?
No, no, no. He's with her. He's still legally married and he has 5 kids.
Did you know about the kids?
I knew he with her. He only has 3, and he has 2 other kids with 2 other women. But
Okay,
that was the only thing he told me the truth about. Like he has 5 kids.
gotcha. And there were no signs over that whole 8 month long relationship.
No, like I knew his daughter, his son. But it's really weird too. Like I knew something because like something I felt something like he didn't once his other son turned 37, he didn't invite me to the party. I knew something. I was like, yeah.
You said once his other son turned 7.
Yep. So really sad.
Yeah, I mean that sucks, love, but unfortunately, people they lie sometimes. So
But
you just gotta.
it's not only it's a lot of people too. Like I hear like other relationships too, and it's like if you want to be single, be single. If you want to be married. And if you are married, just say the truth and be like, like I'm with her, but it's not like you might be sleeping with her, you might not be sleeping with her. It's not going well. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Wait, you
and
said that the chat
no,
the
I'm just setting like an example, like
no, I hear
for
you. I hear you.
in
I gotta
general.
correct. I gotta correct something. You said that his son was turning 37.
Yeah.
How old are you two?
Who?
You and him.
Oh, me?
Yes.
I'm 30. I'm 38, and he just turned 47.
And his son was turning how old?
36.
His son was turning 36,
Mm-hmm.
and he's
Yep.
47.
Yep. Crazy, right?
Come on, bro. You just got. Let's get her blocked ASAP. Come on, man. Get her blocked ASAP, surely. Okay, we got a few people in the queue. Hello.
Hello,
How you
can you hear
doing?
me?
Uh huh.
Good. So I had a question. It's not necessarily about relationship, but it's more so a friendship question. I don't know if that's part of the topics for today.
I mean, we can try it out, love. What's going on?
All right. So I've had this friend for like over a decade. Um, we met in a kind of a weird way, but anyway, lo and behold, she's my friend. I slowly sort of realized she's a little like man crazy. I guess the phrase now is more like male adjacent, which I totally understand. Like, but it's to the point where, like, for example, she has a guy she's been friends with benefits with for like 5 years, but she wants more, and it's just kind of not my speed at this point.
Okay.
So, fast forward to this point in my life. She had a birthday coming up. We've done things for each other's birthdays. I wanted to plan a surprise for her. So I got with her cousin, who, like, we always kind of group chat together. And so I asked her what her thoughts were. She wanted to plan a ski trip for her. So I'm like, okay. I was trying to do something a little more low key, but it made a little sense because her birthday is in January. So, we had to switch the dates up a few times. I wasn't really planning the stay. I was pretty much, providing half of the funds for the trip, but it was all her, cousin, because it was kind of her idea to do the ski Airbnb thing. So we had to change the dates. It was kind of out of our control. And one day I get a group message from her saying, like, I'm feeling like this is getting disrespectful at this point, that you guys keep changing the dates. And it just felt like it came out of nowhere. So I was kind of like in shock. And then I get a direct message from her basically calling me out, saying every single person I call a friend, like, I forgot her birthday. I forget birthdays. I don't really, like, the actual date I forget, but I kind of remember the general facility, like, generally remember people's birthdays, but I forget dates. So it's just not important to me. So she's gotten upset with me about it before. I'm also going through a lot. I had to leave my house because I had like some damage to my house for a while. So like she knew that. And I'm also a mom. My daughter came back home with the flu. So it was like I was dealing with a lot around her birthday, and she just immediately was just like, you know, you're not a good friend. So I didn't respond to that because I'm not about to go back and forth. She kind of halfway apologized, but not really. And I pretty much haven't talked to her. I didn't go to the trip. I came up with an excuse because I didn't want to like be fake when I wasn't, after the way she talked to me. And I don't know. I felt a little bad because it was her 40th birthday. Her friend keeps reaching out to me, but I don't know. Some part of me feels like I'm not totally justified. Like, I don't know if she had any right to feel upset with me because I forgot her birthday. It's like, you know,
Okay. So
I don't
what's your
know.
question here, love?
My question is should I feel kind of like, should I communicate with her? Should I feel sort of, I'm wondering, like, should I feel bad for the way that I kind of moved after the situation? Because I'm not even just that incident, I'm like kind of done, with the friendship just because I'm starting to get triggered at this point with like her man issues and whatnot. So I don't know. I kind of feel bad, and then her friends are reaching out to me, and it's like bringing it back up again. So
I
I
mean,
don't know.
not
I'm
if you
not
don't.
really good with cutting people off, I guess.
Got you. Not if you don't care about the friendship, right? If you care about the friendship, you should look out. You should reach out to her because it's like,
Right.
okay, yeah, maybe you don't care about birthdays, but you will be an outlier as far as women are concerned. Most women they take that shit very seriously, and you know that, right? Like you're a woman, you know,
I get it,
women.
but it's like I don't know. Maybe I'm a little different because
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not.
fine.
It's like I'm not your man. Like I could see if I wasn't planning something and she knew I was planning something for her birthday, and if I wasn't going through stuff, she just like didn't give me the benefit of the doubt. So I don't know. Maybe I don't care. I don't know.
Yeah, but like that's obviously being her friend
Yeah.
means that you would have to prioritize that kind of stuff, right? I would say most women care about that kind of stuff. Like
Yeah.
many of female friendships have been ended for birthday reasons. So
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't care about the friendship, then don't try to rectify it. If you do, then rectify it. It's up to you.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
All right. No problem. Okay. No more friendship questions. That was kind of boring. Let's get some. Let's go back to. Let's go back to relationship stuff. That's more interesting, more juicy. All right. Do we have any people in the queue? Ah, but he canceled his request. I got excited. We had a guy in the queue real quick. Yo, what's going on?
Yo, what's up, man?
What's happening, bro? What can I do for you?
Not much. Nah, bro. I just wanna kind of get your opinion on maybe how you feel like roles between a man and a woman in a relationship. Like, do you think that we should tie down more to like, like traditional roles, or is it a thing where like, it's 2026 now, so like we're kind of in that stage where the roles are kind of fading a little bit. But I just want to get your opinion
Right,
on that.
right. Um, it's complicated, man, to be honest with you, because there are some people who have kind of transcended that, right? Like I'm sure you experience people who like maybe on social media, maybe even in person, who both men and women who don't really believe in that anymore. But at the same time, I think innate there's an innate nature or expectation that aligns towards gender roles, and that's when you start having like a masculinity slash femininity conversation, right?
Yeah.
That's what I've heard described. Because some people will be like, "Oh, it's all conditioning." There's an argument to be made, like it's all conditioning. But if you strip society from all of the technological advancements that we have, right? Like if you took a group of men and a group of women, you put them in the jungle, right? They would default to their regular like roles, quote unquote.
Okay.
So like there's a biological component to it. Now you can argue against that. You can say, okay, well maybe that's true, but we're not in that environment. Fair argument. But I think it's just ultimately it's a preference thing. But a lot of the confusion comes from people transcending it for their sets, but they don't treat the opposite sets like they can transcend it as well, right? So for an example, you have women who don't want the traditional relationship, but then still expect men to pay on the first date. And it's like, well, that's kind of the same thing, right? That's kind of like the old school general mentality. So you can't really have it both ways. And I think as a culture, we're kind of figuring it out. We're in the messy middle right now. But ultimately, to answer your question, I think it's a matter of preference. I don't think it's a should you. I think it's more so what works for you.
Yeah, appreciate that, man. Yeah.
What do you think? I'm curious what you think. Could you ask the question?
Yeah, no, I'm agreeing. I'm in agreement with you a little bit more, most of what you said, but I do think that I mean, like you said, there are sort of like maybe innate responsibilities and roles that we kind of tie
Right.
down to, but also at the same time, I feel like as like society is changing, I feel like the majority of the population basically just go off of the society, like as
Okay.
time develops, I guess.
Yeah.
I think like if it was cool or popular for women to pay like on first dates and stuff like that, then that's what everybody.
That's what they would do. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. That's kind of more so my mindset towards it.
I'll tell you what, one thing that I think is hurting people though, because I think about these kind of things too, and some like I wish I can give like a very neat answer, but some things I'm still figuring out myself, right? Like some things are very complicated. There's many variables, and trying to find coherence is quite the struggle. But I will tell you this: what doesn't work is treating the sexes like they are the same. That's not the same thing as equal. You can be equal, but not the same. Like I can intrinsically have the same value as a woman, right? Where like I have no more value than a woman does. But that doesn't mean we're the same. And I think the sameness is one contributing factor that kills relationships, because I do believe that polarity needs to be intact. And polarity is more so about focusing on the differences, right? It's like when you hear opposites attract, that kind of is within the same conversation. When you treat both as they're the same, like the 50-50 relationships, not just financially, but just in general, like there's no kind of differences between us. It's just literally we are the same. We're two people who are the same occupying this relationship. That normally makes for dead bedrooms and a lack of passion. There needs to be some sort of friction to cause the passion. And when you're the same, it takes away any kind of friction that will lead to passion within the relationship. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes clear sense.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. What do you think about this? Basically, do you think, I know we already spoke about, the roles and everything, but as far as like leadership goes, do you think that it would be in the best interest for the man to be like, I guess, consistently the leader in that relationship? Or do you think so maybe like it's a maybe a two-person effort to where maybe like they switch roles every so often? Like, how do you think about that?
Yeah, so one, I don't think in terms of like man, woman, I think in terms of masculinity, femininity, right? Have you ever read anything by David Deida?
No.
Okay, he wrote the book The Way of the Superior Man. Definitely recommend it, bro. But like both men and women have both masculinity and femininity, right? And the healthiest of the men and women are men and women who have integrated their opposite sides. So it will be a man who's masculine, but he's integrated his feminine, and a woman who's feminine, but she's integrated her masculine, right? Those are whole people. It's the healthiest state you can achieve psychologically, right? So masculinity and femininity is different. So the masculine typically provides direction and structure and order, right? Mission, we're going to head this way for the mission. The feminine is more like an amplification, right? Rest, nurturing, right? I'm bringing this up and I make the distinction between masculine and feminine instead of man and woman because there are women who are masculine and there are men who are feminine. So, regardless, leadership is a masculine trait. So if you're in a relationship, let's say the woman's masculine, the man's feminine, it's like, okay, well, the woman probably can lead in that situation because she's the more masculine in that dynamic. Right? Yeah. But it just so happens that most men are masculine and most women are feminine. Right? A masculine woman is going to be an outlier and a feminine man is going to be an outlier. Generally speaking, that's how it works out. But let's say you have a masculine man. I just want to set that stage. So let's say you have a masculine man in the situation, right? And a feminine woman. It doesn't mean it's like he's a dictator. It's more so like you have a captain and a first mate. Where like the captain is the one who makes the ultimate decision, but he still is depending upon his first mate. Or you could think in terms of like a CEO and maybe a director. The CEO relies on the directors and directors' input to make decisions for the company. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not like just do what I say. It's like, no, I'm actually going to seek you out for counsel. I'm going to counsel with you. Like, what do you think? All right, based on what you just told me, okay, this is what I think we should do.
Okay, so you would say more so like submissiveness is basically, I guess like support, kind of?
Mm-hmm. I think that's a great way of putting it. Yeah, it's not like I lay down and you just do whatever you want. I know some guys want that, but it's like, that's not how I think about it.
Okay. Yeah, appreciate that, man. I like how you made that distinction between masculine and feminine, because there are like, two men. It can be one masculine and one feminine versus like, a man always having to be the masculine role. So that definitely puts it more into a better picture for me.
Absolutely, bro. That was a good question, though, man.
Yeah, appreciate it.
You have a good one, Chief.
Yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate you too.
All right, who we got next? Week.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's going on, man?
Yes, sir. So I got out of a 4-year relationship with my girl, and we broke up. I broke up with her the first time. 2 other times she broke up with me. This time she blocked me on everything, and yeah, man, it looks like it's it. So I'm just over here like, what do I do?
So y'all broke up 3 times?
Yeah.
Why'd y'all keep breaking up?
Man,
Pregnant pause.
I think it was communication issues.
Okay.
And she was also bringing in, like, stuff into the dynamic from like her childhood, and it was a little unfair to me because apparently I reminded her of her pop, and I was on my shit at the time. Her pop would be kind of like, growing up, she would ask him for something to change, something important to her, maybe something that was hurting her.
Right.
And 9 times out of 10, he'd be like, yeah, but nothing would change. And so there was more to it than that, but some of that was being brought in there. And I don't think I was giving her enough time, you know what I mean, like for dates and things. So it was that too. 2 other times, I guess I was just having a hard time regulating myself. I guess I got too afraid to lose her.
Okay.
So to speak. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So like I wasn't sleeping right, regulating right, and eventually it would bleed into like our dynamic, and yeah.
Okay. So there was like multiple issues that caused the end, not just one isolated event. I got you. I can tell you, man. Whenever I hear people say that they were in a relationship that was off and on, it tells me that something was fundamentally broken about the foundation. Like it's not healthy to be in a relationship where you have to keep breaking up and getting back together, right? So, for example, I always tell people, I'm not the biggest proponent of getting back with an ex, because here's the situation, right? You break up because you have a problem, right? You have a problem, so you break up. And then you miss the person, so then you get back together. And that's cool, you get the person back, but you also get the problem back, right? the problem that caused you to break up is still there because you never solved the problem. So what does that mean? You're just going to break up again. You likely don't have an awareness of the actual problem, or you don't have the tools to solve it, right? Because if you had the tools to solve it and an awareness of it, you would have already solved it and not have broken up. Breaking up is a last resort, right? So this whole cycle of getting back together is a waste of time because we still haven't solved the actual issue, and the issue will be there waiting for us when we get back together. Right? So then you get in a situation where you break up so many times that now resentment has built up. So now you have another problem on top of the core problem, right? You have the problem that caused you to break up, and then you have another problem, which is like, I've been broken up with you so many times and have so many negative experiences of you. Now I'm resenting you. Now you've exacerbated the issue. So in this situation, brother, I would encourage you to move on. As bad as that may feel.
Breakups, definitely move on, bro.
As bad as that may feel, I would encourage you to go ahead and dip out and reflect, see what you can learn from that situation. And
I got you. The last thing I'll say
from
too, man, she was something else. Like, she was values driven, she was strong, she was really smart, had the best conversations too. I had a stroke at 24, and then I did Muay Thai to cope with it. You know, got in the best shape of my life. I was a killer, man. And then she came in, and I'll tell you, like, I never got to like open up to somebody like that before. Like, she was really there for me, my dude, for real. And it really was like true love for the first time, you know. I feel like, I know it's over and it's best to move on, like you said. But damn, I'm about to be like 86 and I'll still be thinking about her, bro. Like, real talk.
I know that feels that way right now, brother. But look at it like this: she was a representation, a symbolic representation of things to come, right? You having that type of connection just shows that type of connection exists. And better connections exist. Okay? So, look at it from that lens. Don't look at it as like you lost something. Look at it as you're being prepared for something. All right? And time will show that to be true. You're not going to really believe it right now, but just give it some time, all right?
Bet. Thank you.
All right, brother. You take care.
You too.
Okay, the Nets Law Company. What's going on?
Hello, how are you?
Great. How are you?
Yeah, I'm great, thank you. So I want to know, is this some kind of discussion or just a question answer?
Just a question answer.
Okay. So I just want to ask a general question, like, it's not specific to me, but it's a general question that despite of so much of the data and so many of the coaches telling us about the relationship and life things, so why is it so that divorce is an ever increasing phenomena right now than it was ever? So what do you think is causing so much of the divorce ratio right now?
It's a complicated issue, man. Because there's two parties involved and people are complicated. But I can tell you this: the average person doesn't work on themselves. The average person doesn't do any kind of self-work. They're not very reflective, introspective, right? They're not trying to do better, be better. That's the average person. That's most people. And those people that I just described are all getting married. And to have a successful marriage, you have to do all of those things I just described.
No, in the earlier generation, like a lot of marriages work, for our parents, for the time. But now, now so much of information is there, so much is awareness is here. People, so I mean, how is it so the divorce ratio is ever increasing than ever?
Because we had other systems.
So how it's gonna be controlled, actually?
Say it again.
How it's gonna be controlled, or is this gonna be the same?
I don't think so, but I'm optimistic. historically we've had other systems in place that could reinforce the need for marriage, right? So you had a couple of things happening simultaneously. One, women needed men for provisioning, right? That's a big one.
Absolutely.
Okay. You also had the church with its influence. That's a big one,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
You also have society as a whole painting the narrative that the nuclear family and stuff is a good thing. That's a big one, right?
Yeah.
In in current times, all of those things are falling apart. You also had like no fault divorces wasn't a thing either, right? Where like you had to have a legitimate reason to get divorced. You couldn't just say like, "Oh, I'm not happy anymore." Times have changed.
That's now what's happening right now.
What do you mean?
I mean, people are going for divorces just for their mood swings.
That's what I'm saying.
Even,
That's what I'm
even
saying.
for their mood swings,
That's what I'm
they're
saying.
doing that.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like before you couldn't do that though. Now you can, right? No fault divorce hasn't always been a thing. It's a thing now, so you can get divorced over anything, right? So all of those things being taken away has the effect of people being treating that type of commitment more flippantly, right? So, but there are a lot of people who are married and they are committed to the person they're married to. It's becoming a more rare experience, again, because people are not doing the things and displaying the character traits that I opened this conversation with, right? Going again back to the average person. They're not introspective, they're not reflective, they're not working on themselves. They aren't looking at relationships from a perspective of what they can give and instead of looking at what they can gain. We live in a very narcissistic culture, right? It's me, 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 me. Okay?
Yeah.
So I hear what you're saying. It is a real problem. There is no easy solution, but I do think that we are in the messy middle of figuring it out. But it doesn't look good. So the point that you're making is a valid point.
Yeah, it's nasty even for even for the societies where the marriage bond was quite strong and the conventional marriages was a trend. So the ratio of divorce is too much high.
Right. You know, my coach he says that like we have to rethink what it means to be married, right? We have to have like a meaning attached to it that matches the times that we live in. Because now
So
it's like we're not
so it feels like it has become a fashion.
say it again.
It feels like divorce has become a fashion.
I think that the way that I think about it, right? Not just marriages, relationships in general. I like to say that here in the West, right? It is very hard to be in shape in America. Why? Because everywhere you look, society is influencing you to be overweight. You turn on the TV, you see like Chili's commercials. You go to the grocery store, 90% of the grocery store is like stuff to make you fat, right? It's very hard to be in shape in the West. Similar to that, I think it is very hard to sustain a relationship in a marriage. Why? Because society as a whole is giving you the message that you should be by yourself. Everyone is telling you if a situation is no longer serving you, you should leave it, right? That you should be single, that you should have a hot girl summer, that you should do this, you should do that. It's like everywhere you look, the music, the media, TV, celebrities, right? Everything is influencing you to just leave whatever situation you're in, especially if it's not making you happy. I would say it's a concerted effort because they know that they're trying to break down the nuclear family for whatever reason. Maybe there's capitalistic reasons for it. I don't know. I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist. But it seems like it's very intentional. But I'm with you. I think that there needs to be some sort of change, but it's a very complicated topic. But I appreciate the question, brother.
Okay, cheers, man.
All right, take care. All right. Jenny Love, what's going on?
Hi, I really want to ask a question about relationships.
Okay.
So, in my situation. I have been in a relationship for about 8 years. However, this person I've always felt more of a connection as a family member than as a lover, and I can't get him to understand that, my situation. And I am not in love with this person, but I just cannot leave the relationship because I'm afraid that if I was to leave, I'm losing a family member. And I really just don't know what to do. It's just a question.
Wait, so you're in a relationship currently, right?
Yeah.
And you're in a relationship with someone who you don't want to be in a relationship with?
I don't love him as a partner. I love him more as a relative, like a really more than a friend, because he's been with me through some hard times. So I love him more as a relative than as a man, and I think he deserved to have a woman that loves him. However,
Okay.
I am.
Let me ask you questions first. So how long has this been the case?
To be honest, this has been going on years now, maybe for about 5 years. I tried to force myself into feeling more for him
Okay.
as a man, because that's how he sees me, as his woman.
Okay.
And being that I don't want to lose him out of my life, I just don't know what to tell him to help him understand
Okay.
that it is not that way in my heart. But I just don't want to hurt him and break him, and I also don't want to lose him out of my life.
Got you. How long have y'all been in a relationship?
8 years.
8 years. Okay. So you said for about 5 years you felt this way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or almost from even the time we met, to be honest. But yeah,
Okay.
it's gotten really,
So
really bad over the last 5 years.
what made you enter the relationship then?
When I first met him, I was going through a deep depression.
Mm-hmm.
And I had no family. It was a bad time in my life, and I felt like I needed to, meet people. So I went out and I met him. And at the time, it was more of meeting somebody to get out of the state I was in. But it gradually, it became into a relationship.
Okay. So
And
what caused your depression?
Oh, my depression came because I had, in my 30s, developed something called adult onset epilepsy.
Okay.
And when that happened, my family, like, completely, just left me, you understand, to fend for myself. And at that time, I got better. And I'm like, all right, fine. I need to bring people into my life. So that's when I ended up meeting him. I was at a vulnerable point in my life. Okay. And I just continued on with him and letting him, uh, I can't really explain it, but it's like I talked to him just because I needed him at that time.
Sure. Okay. So you've been with him for 8 years. Why do you want to leave now?
Because I only feel for him as a relative or a friend.
I hear you.
I really
I get
don't
I
love
get it.
him.
I get it. I get it, but you've been feeling that way. Why now though? Why do you want to leave now?
Okay. To me, it's because of his traits. He's a very negative person, and I'm more of a positive person. Okay, and that over the years, that has been really getting to me. All the negativity he's pouring into my life, along with the things that I'm already going through, and I just feel it's time. I'm about to move away, and I feel like I need to let him know what's up before I even move away, because it's either I take this relationship with me or I go and I try to start anew. But then I'll be losing like a family, and I really just don't want to do that.
Okay. How long have you been planning on moving?
I wanted to move for about 2 years, but now I put it into motion, so I'll be moving in April.
Okay.
out of state.
How long has that been like a plan that you've been working towards?
Working towards, it's been about maybe about 8 months
Okay.
because it's out of state. Yeah, so I had a lot to go through, a lot of hoops to go through.
Got you. And what are you moving for?
Huh?
What are you moving for?
Oh, I'm just moving to get out of New York State and go to a more place that's more my level, my speed level, which is a slower level of living, like Florida. So I'm trying to leave to go to Florida,
Okay.
and I'm now in transition and making that happen. And he's not coming with me. He's a New York bus driver,
Okay.
so he cannot come with me. So we will be having a long distance relationship. Um, so, but he still want to be in that relationship and visit me in Florida. But I just need to know now, what can I possibly tell him before I leave? You know, that won't hurt him. That, you know, I just don't want to be in a relationship that way.
I mean, you can't avoid hurting him, love. Y'all been together for 8 years. So, like, you just have to be honest with him and let him know.
Just be honest.
Yeah, how long ago did you tell him that you were moving to Florida?
I had let him know from the time I started thinking about it, which was before I even met him. So when I met him, I said, you know, I want to move out of New York. I've been putting that in his ear for the longest, but I stayed here because of him. He's a bus driver. He couldn't move until he retired.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, I stayed and I continued to stay and put my plans on the back to stay here with him. Because like I said, he's the only family I have,
Okay.
really. Well, to me, he feels like the only family I have. So, yeah, he been knowing this. But now that the plans are in motion, the problem is he is very, very upset at the moment. Like, oh, you're leaving me behind and this and that and the other. And I really don't feel nothing about it. I'm kind of happy. And I know this sounds selfish. I'm kind of happy to be getting away. Because I really want him to find happiness in his life. He's an older man. He's like well, he's not that much old. He's about 62 now.
Do y'all live together?
I just want him to find happiness in his life, and I don't want to be taking up his time.
Right. Do y'all live together?
No.
Okay. Okay. Well, yeah, love, you just gotta tell him what the situation is. It's gonna hurt him. You'll likely lose him, but that's what you're choosing.
I'm really scared of losing him. I'm really scared of that because I don't have no one else.
You don't get it both ways.
You think that's the best?
Yeah, you can't have it both ways, right? Like, you're choosing yourself in this situation, which, okay, that's fine, but you don't get to keep him as well.
Okay, no, I do understand. And I'll take your advice to heart, and I will talk to him because I do know that what I'm doing is wrong. I'm not saying that I'm right at all for even keeping him going on and not letting him know that I truly don't want to be with him. But I tried many times to break up with him before, and he continuously pressured me back into the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I guess that, you know, I'll try a different method. I don't know what to do. That's why I was asking your advice on how do somebody go about something like that and you know, leave someone that they have been in a relationship with so long.
You just gotta rip the Band-Aid off, love, but I wish you the best, all right?
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Buddy about to have a sad bus ride, I'll tell you that. It's about to be a sad route. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good, and yourself?
I'm good. What can I do for you?
So currently I've been dating a guy for like the last 5 months. He's a firefighter,
Mm-hmm.
and he's told me that like because of his job that, he's very busy because he works like, 12-hour shifts for like 4 days straight and gets like 3 days off. And like in the beginning, he was available. He was showing me, everything that, you would want somebody that you want to court to show you attention, affection, just speaking words of affirmation, positivity, all of that. And since it has changed, I only see him once a week. And I don't feel like it's intentional. It's like I feel now like he's fitting me into his life. And I'm sorry I sound like this because I can't stop crying.
Take your time, love. You're good.
It's just like, I don't know. Like, I've tried to express this to him about like how I feel, and like I only want to date someone that I feel like is not, you know, trying to, fit me into their lives, that is intentional. Like, I want to spend time with you because I want to see you, I want to date you, I want to be a part of your life.
Mm-hmm.
And his response was that I know his schedule and that I should accept this and be fine with it. Valentine's Day, he gave me a card, didn't even sign it. His birthday, I went all out for his birthday and everything, and I just don't know where to go at this point. Like, I've been on ChatGPT, and it's like they're saying give like 72 hours to allow him to respond, but honestly, I don't know.
And how long have y'all been together? This is a relationship, right?
Yes.
Okay. How long have y'all been
For
together?
5 months.
5 months. Okay. Okay. And he has a busy schedule,
Mm-hmm.
and you've been complaining about not seeing him enough?
Yes, recently.
Okay. Has that been consistent over the whole 5 months?
No, when we first started, he was like very active in our relationship. Like, he was always here, and he would come to my place and spend time with me. We would do stuff and go out, and it just felt like very intentional, like he wanted to be here.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just shifted out of nowhere, and he's like, he told me that I think that he lives here and that he's obligated to be here, and I told him no. I've just been trying to speak life into this relationship that I would like to work out, like that I want you to be here. I don't think you live here. I'm not asking you to pay bills in my house. I'm not asking you to contribute to anything. I've never given you a key here.
Yeah.
So how can I feel like you live here and I'm not,
So how long ago did you notice the shift?
I would say maybe 2 months ago.
2 months ago? So 3 months in to the relationship.
Yes.
Okay. And when you bring this up to him, his response is, you know my schedule.
Yes.
How long did y'all date before y'all got into a relationship?
We didn't date that long. Things moved very fast, like maybe a month or a couple of weeks, which I know is terrible, but I took a chance.
Why did you move that fast?
Because I felt like we had a lot in common. Things were just like great. Just the things that he said, the things that he did, like aligned with a lot of things. Like, I'm a career-driven person. I have my own life, my own, things happening. And I thought this would fit perfectly because the way he was talking to me and letting me know.
What was he saying and doing when y'all dated for that week?
Like, just, again, being available, letting me know, like, oh, I really like how you talk to me, and just opening up about himself, his life, and then us just spending, like, so much time and just vibing together.
Okay. Well, that was a core mistake, love, is getting into the relationship that quickly, right? Like, you need to date for a while so you can actually vet the person and see who they are. You don't really know the person in a week or even a month, right? You're going off of vibes, you're going off of feelings. you to date them long enough for the mask to drop. All you're seeing now is that the mask has dropped. Unfortunately, you're seeing it while being in a relationship with him, right? So this isn't really a salvageable situation. The person that you fell for is not the person who he really is. The person who he really is the person you now see. Okay? So you have to do whatever you need to do in that situation, but you gotta embrace the truth of the situation, which is this is the person who he really is. Okay?
Yes.
All right, Level. Best of luck to you, okay?
Thank you.
Rachel, what's going on?
Good evening.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What can I do for you?
I wanted to get a little bit of advice because I don't know if it's a culture thing, but I've noticed something and it feels like a pattern. Growing up, I was told, oh, you have to learn how to cook, you have to learn how to clean so that you can get a husband. You have to learn how to be a proper woman so that you can marry the right person. So my whole childhood, I grew up to know that I am getting ready to be a wife. I'm getting ready to be somebody's wife, somebody's mother. And coming into this world where the men are different from the men back home, it's like, and also with a strict father. My dad didn't let me have male friends. He didn't let me go out with, even if it was female friends, I wasn't allowed to go out with nobody. I was always at home. My brothers could go to China and come back like 1 month later. My dad will not say anything. But if I go to the grocery store and I'm there for 1 hour, it becomes an issue. So it's like I never really had to date or get to know a man properly for me to know, like, okay, don't do this, don't do that. The first moment I walked out of my dad's house, I came back pregnant. And it was because I didn't know what true love really meant. A man will come to me and say, oh, I love you. Oh, you seem like a really good woman. Oh, I want to marry you. I mean, now I understand that they were using the marriage sentence as, oh, because they know this girl is African. Oh, her mentality is marriage. So they were using that as a way to get to me and make me believe that they care about me, make me believe that, they want to be in my life just for them to just want to sleep with me.
Right.
And I used to think that sex means I love you. So I found myself being trapped in a situation where I really could not tell if a man really loved me until he came to me through a wise woman. She sat me down. She told me, she said, I need to learn how to love myself. I need to get to know myself better so that I can be able to find the right person for me. But it's like, yes, you get to know yourself, you get to love yourself, you get to, learn who you are so that you don't feel like a man's love is what you need. But at the same time,
I hear you, love, but are you leading up to a question? What's the question here?
yes, I'm about to tell you the question.
Okay.
My question is, how do you get to the point where even though you feel fulfilled on your own, because it's like people make it seem like we don't need a man to be happy, but it's like I want to actually settle down. I want to be with someone. I also want to have a relationship, but I don't know how to pick the right person because it feels like every time I try to pick someone, I keep falling into the same pattern of meeting the wrong person over and over again.
Okay. So you're meeting the wrong person over and over again. So why are
Yes.
you saying you're meeting the wrong person? What's happening after you pick somebody?
Well, that's what I was explaining to you, but you said what was the question? So,
You were taking a long time, love, respectfully.
Uh.
But like, what happens when you pick somebody very, very succinctly?
they asked me about myself. They asked me what I'm looking for. I'll tell them what I want. The people. I heard someone saying when you meet someone, you have to tell them about your past relationships so that at least he knows not to do the same things that your ex did. But I find them doing even worse. Let's say, for example, because me, I've dated mostly African men. African men, they can be very romantic, very loving, but they cheat a lot. They cheat a lot. And they make it seem like it is okay. They will say, oh, no, cheating is okay. It's not that I'm cheating on you. It's just that, oh, you are doing this wrong. Or they will use a whole bunch of excuses to make you feel like you are the problem for their cheating. Or they will say it is part of being a
Okay,
man.
okay. We're going too far into the weeds here. Answer your question. The first thing you have to do is stop believing what you're told. Okay? That's number one. So behavior is what tells you the truth. Okay? That's just something that you learn, like everyone else. I think we all have been to a place where we think that the things coming out of people's mouths are the truth, right? And you get to a point where you're like, and not everyone operates that way, right? So the first thing is you have to look at behavior, not what is coming out of their mouths. Second thing is you want to observe behavior over time. So the number one thing that you're looking for is consistency of behavior over time. Okay? So you don't date someone for a week or 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and you're like, I found my person. This is my husband here. No, you have to give the connection time. Because when people are pretending, they can only pretend for so long. Eventually, pretending becomes exhausting. And they have to show the real them. Okay? So you're probably buying into what they're saying and telling you, and buying into the romantic behavior that they're engaging in at the beginning, maybe a week or two into dating, and then you're surprised on the back end when the real them comes out, right? So you have to, one, only look at behavior, and two, look at behavior over time and not commit to people so quickly. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So that's the main adjustment that you need to make. And if you make that adjustment, you'll be in a better place. All right?
Thank you.
No problem, love. You take care. All right. Who we got next? Miri? I can't pronounce that. Hopefully I didn't butcher it.
Hello?
Hold on, big dog. We got one more person in front of you. Yeah, I know more about her life than my own at this point. I can write that biography. Miri, are you there? Because you're muted. Going once. Going twice. All right. Gotta go. All right, English, what's going on, bro?
Yes, sir. Hi.
Hi.
Let's see. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, thank you. Okay. In hearing what the young lady said earlier about West African culture, and yes, she's telling the truth about all of it. That is real. I have lived in that country as well as American dual citizenship. So, I feel that me, myself, and I've been married 3 times, okay? And I married the wrong people.
Okay.
All right, so...
hold on 1 second. I want to make sure. We do have a question here, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, let's go.
But what sense... Okay, I'll get to... All right. What sense does it make to even be married? Especially when you cook, you clean, you pay all the bills. you don't beat your wife, you don't do these things, but yet and still they just want to. And you know, if my wife even said, well, I want to go to work, I'm going to go get a part-time job. Even though I am retired military, I can afford to stay at home or whatever and take care of my wife. But it's like you run into in the beginning, like you said, it wears off. Okay. But you run into these women who think that, oh, we're going to treat you like you're nothing now because you're such a good guy, and taking kindness for crazy. The way I walk out is not very nice. I can be cold and set boundaries in a very cold way, but I shut down and say, hey, look, not me, and respect her. But why and where? Is it culture or what is it? I don't understand. I'm not from this area. I'm from Hawaii, okay, and I live in the mainland right now.
Okay.
I don't understand. What is it? What else do you have to do it's too much, man. If you damn if you do and damn if you don't.
What's the question here?
Yeah, what do you do? What do? You just be alone? Because, you know...
What do you mean? What do you do for what? Be specific with your question.
Just stay single. I mean, yeah, just stay single because it's a constant, I'm going to hurt you. I want to use you. This past weekend, I just had one situation where I knew someone since 2003 on Facebook. And we just decided to meet up and this weekend. Well, I couldn't make my flight, although she knew I was telling the truth about everything. And the more honest I am, the more I got beat down on. So now it's like, I don't want to speak to you now. I sent everything, all the confirmations, everything. And also even, I don't like to do this, but, you know, it wasn't much. She needed help. So, you know, it wasn't even over $500 to help. And I saw it. She sent me the bill. But it doesn't matter. Money is not a big deal with me. I'm not going to keep doing it all the time, but just to help, to get the stress out of the way, just to have a good time. But yet and still, right now, she will not call back because I told her, I said, I'm not coming. I can't. So now...
Oh, even let them finish. Let them finish. Keep going, English.
Are you there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what else to do, man. I don't know. Just give up or stay single for the rest of my life.
Okay.
You know? Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 67.
Okay.
I'm retired military. I'm retired.
Gotcha. Okay. So your story is why I do what I do, right? So as a dating and relationship coach for men, we give them strategies and approaches that can help them orient themselves in this world, this dating and relationship world, right? You pretty much have been winging it, trying to figure it out as you've gone. And you've lived a lifetime not figuring it out, right? As evidenced by the whole, you know, giving shorty money, right? Like I tell 20-something-year-olds not to do that, right? So you're 60-something, you're still making that same mistake. You get put into the provider category of the person who's like not really wanted, right?
Exactly.
So it's rough being your age with the amount of bad experiences you have, because it's like, how does one be not come bitter and jaded? I wish I could have talked to like a younger version of you so we could course correct. It's not too late, but the issue here would be, would you believe that it's not too late, right? After all the negative experiences that you've had. Because I can tell just from your story, you made a ton of mistakes. A ton of mistakes that has put you in situations where you were almost guaranteed to have negative experiences, right? You're probably choosing the wrong women. Because I always tell people this, both men and women, there's always someone out there having a much better time than you're having.
Right.
There are women who I know, every man that they date wants to commit to them. In a world of women who are like, how do I get commitment? There are women who every man they date wants to commit to them. There are men who are in happy marriages right now. So these things, all I'm saying is these things are possible because people actually experience them. So if you're not experiencing it, you got to be like, the common denominator in all these situations is me. What am I doing? Am I doing something wrong? Am I missing something? Right? We have to start there. And you start there by having a bit of humility and then trying to genuinely answer that question. Right? So there is a point to marriage. There is a point to relationship, but you have to kind of have a roadmap. To your point, no one really gives men the roadmap from a societal perspective. They don't like the thing that you did, like, oh, she sent me the bill and I paid. Like, that's really the roadmap that we're giving. Is how we can be used. Right? That's the roadmap that we're giving, the simp roadmap, right? The nice guy roadmap. And it's unfortunate that someone like me even has to exist, because you would think that society would tell you the truth of how to approach these things. But ultimately, to answer your question, there are ways to put yourself in position to where, like, you mitigate these bad experiences. Obviously, you can never completely eradicate them. You'll always have certain bad experiences, but the quality of the problems that you'll face will be higher quality problems. You just have to educate yourself on it. I don't know if you are new here, but my page is filled with content that you can kind of watch to kind of see my perspective on things and the ways that I advise other guys. I would recommend you take a look at that to see how you can course correct moving forward, if it's not too late for you in your own head. If you're not in that place where it's like you've already determined that there's no point and that all women are this way, hopefully you're not there. If you're not there, my content will help you. If you're there, nothing can help you. All right.
Now, I've noticed something. First of all, let me say this to those women that were in the background going hee hee ha ha, geriatrics and everything. I would like to see them tomorrow come out at 4:00 in the morning, and do 2 miles on the track with me, and I'd still run. Okay, every morning at 4 a.m.
So English. This is one thing. This is one thing that I would advise you on. Right. Yeah. What you just did was very unattractive. You know why? Because it showed that people got under your skin. You felt the need to defend yourself. If you just would have ignored it and know that, like, all you need to know is that you get on the track and run.
I did.
Right? That's all. You need to know that, right? So if you know that, it shouldn't bother you. But even you reacting to the chat like that shows me how you probably react to your ex-wives or women you've been in relationships with or women that you're dating. You're probably very reactionary, and being reactionary as a man is an unattractive trait, right?
All right. Well, I'm an ex-drill sergeant. We pay attention to every detail around us. I heard everything you said, and I also read everything they were doing. So I multitask and utilize that brain upstairs. That's all. I just saw it. I just wanted to say, but don't let the smooth taste fool you, ladies. But thank you for having me up, sir. You have a great week.
You take care, brother. All right. Katia, what's going on?
Hi.
How you doing? Oh, she must be getting a phone call.
No, I mean, sorry.
Okay, you're good. What's going on?
I don't think I have like a backstory to my question.
Thank God.
There is some experience, but that is I don't want to go into that.
Okay.
So straight to the question is, how do you know that you're settling for little or like you're asking for too much? Like when you're in a relationship or talking stage, or like not situationships. Like let's say you're in a talking stage, shooting for a relationship. How do you know that you're asking for too much from a man, or like you're settling for little, or how to raise your standards to,
How do you know if you're asking for too much?
Yes.
Okay. Are you asking for more? Are you asking for more than you can give?
No.
That would be asking for too much.
That would be what? Okay, like an example. What do you mean by am I asking for more than I would give?
It was more like, think about it like a feeling, right? So it's like, if based on what I'm asking for, do I feel like I'm matching that with the value that I'm contributing to the situation? Most people, when they come to dating, they're focusing on extraction, what they can get out of this situation. Not that that's a bad thing, right? Because relationships are transactional to a degree. But what they don't focus on is what they can give. So if you're orienting around just what you can take and extract from the person, and you're not focused on what you can give, yeah, you're probably asking for too much. Now, how do you know if you're asking for too little? Okay.
Yeah, or like a settling for.
Right. So what I would advise people to do is make a list of like their needs, what they need from the relationship, right? What do they
As
need?
a woman or as a man?
Both, right? Both.
Uh-huh.
There are two types of people, right, when it comes to life in general, but it's really relationships. Maximizers and satisficers, okay? Maximizers and satisficers. Maximizers are trying to get the best possible option that they can achieve, okay? They're trying to get the best possible option they can achieve. Satisficers accept the option that meets their base standards, right? So let's say a satisficer is like, I want a guy who I'm attracted to, who has a stable income, is financially stable, and I don't know, treats me nice, right? A satisficer, the moment they encounter a man like that, they just lock in with that person. A maximizer would be like, he has to make this amount per year, be this tall, right? Be in this situation, drive this car. Like they're trying to get right. It's a standard. It's like what Jay just said. It's a standards and floor. It's a ceiling and floor situation, right? Ceilings and floor. Now, you get to choose which one you want to be. But I would tell you this. There's nothing wrong with you choosing to be a maximizer. There's nothing wrong with you choosing to be a satisficer. But maximizers tend to not get what they want. It's a very risky gamble. Satisfiers typically are happier with life in general. They're typically happier. Maximizers tend to overinvest. But here's the thing though. Some maximizers do get what they want. It's just which path do you want to go? Do you want to go the risky path? The very risky path of being a maximizer? Or do you want to go the more almost guaranteed path of being a satisficer?
So, like, do you agree that every man can actually be a provider if they actually wanted to? Or is it like, are men naturally providers?
I think like if you take that literally, I guess, but how are you using the word provider in this situation?
Like, not like parenting, but I mean, he genuinely knows what. Okay, like you don't need to ask for what you want mostly. Like I don't need to remind you that probably I want this, or let's say I want my bills, or like maybe for my let's do simple things. Let's say for shopping, or maybe hair or nails. Like, do you think men are like, okay, there's some men, do you think men would, like, there's some men who are like naturally like providers, or others are just, or that you just learn?
I think men naturally want to provide for the woman that they're with. Most men have an aversion to entitlement. So when women are entitled to his resources, so the woman's saying like nails, hair, that kind of stuff, the woman who is expecting that to occur is a turnoff. Men tend to like appreciation, right? On top of that, men who provide in the way that you are listing out tend to be controlling. It tends to be a strategy to control you. You normally don't get a man to provide and also have your freedom simultaneously. Normally doesn't work that way. Maybe in rare situations. Normally doesn't. Normally when a man's paying for everything, he expects some degree of like, you're mine now, right?
Yeah, so which means a man providing equals like an exchange. It's like an exchange of something.
Say that one more time. I didn't understand.
Like when a man provides, you mean you gotta like also give out something. Like it's like exchange. You gotta exchange.
Yes, it's definitely transactional. It's like you're mine now, right? Like, don't. Why are you arguing with me? I pay for everything. What do you mean you're going out with your girls? I pay for everything, right? What you're signing up. That's the covert contract. You don't get it for free. It's like, okay, if I'm paying for everything, you're on my program, which is fair, to be honest.
Which yeah, okay. So thank you very much for having me on here.
No problem.
Have a good day, guys.
No problem. Take care.
Okay.
No one don't like hearing that shit. They want the freedom and the money. It's like, what you want a genie is what you want. You want genie from Aladdin. Normally, this is the real world. Like, you get someone to pay for everything like that, they gonna want something in return. Just be willing to pay for it.
Hello.
Yo, what's going on?
Hi. So I have 3 questions.
3, okay.
Yeah. Sorry. I recently got out of a relationship. How do I move on in a healthy way, even though I see her, because we both attend the same college.
Okay.
And we pretty much have the same schedule, right?
Okay.
And we do like 2 clubs with each other. How do I move on?
Ooh.
And how do I stop myself from wanting to always go to her? Because in the time that we were together, I always had her like emotionally, and how do I stop myself from going to her?
Okay. How long were y'all together?
We were together for 4 years.
4 years? Oof. How old are you?
Since high school.
How old are you?
We're both 19.
Okay.
Yes.
I feel for you, brother. I know you're going through it. Okay, how recently did y'all break up?
Before Valentine's Day.
Before Valentine's Day? Okay.
Monday.
Did she end it?
Yes, sir.
Jesus Christ. Okay. All right. And are you in the same classes?
No, sir.
Okay, but you said y'all are in the same clubs?
Yeah, we kind of see we see each other, cause like we're not doing the same major, but we're in the same medical building.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you have other friends, other relationships?
Friends, yes.
Okay.
But my childhood friends, they're like 40 minutes away.
Okay. So no friends on campus?
Not really.
Okay. Because you entered college with her and you kind of just stayed with her?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. One, it's going to suck for some time. Just embrace that, okay? Don't expect to feel good right now. It's just going to suck, all right? Just prepare for that mentally. You'll make it through. It's going to suck for some time, all right? So the first thing that I want you to do is don't suppress your emotions over the situation, okay? If you got to cry, let it out. You got to grieve, let it out, right? Just feel all the feelings, okay? That's how you kind of feel better, is by feeling the feelings, okay? 2, make friends on campus. You got to have a support system, bro, okay? You got to have a support system. Feel free to come on these lives every night if you want some sense of a community, a digital community. I'm sure the chat will welcome you with open arms, but do what you can to make friends on campus, okay? Because I know she will.
Yes, sir.
Okay? You don't want to make your life like just watching her, because the worst thing that you can do is stay in this state and then watch her move on.
Yes,
that
sir.
will crush you beyond belief. All right? So I need you to go out, make friends. If that means to join more clubs, fine, right? You can make friends. You probably just haven't felt the desire to because you went to college with your lady, you know? So it's like, what do I need more relationships for if I got my best friend and girl here, right? But this is also why you don't want to make the person who you're with your entire world, because people can leave. And when they leave, if you make them your world and they leave, your world leaves, right?
Yes, sir.
And you can't really handle that. So make friends, brother. Make friends. Don't feel the pressure to go out there and make friends tomorrow. Just be open to making friends, okay? That's how I want you to think about it. I'm open to making friends. Don't put yourself in a situation where you feel like you're forced to, because you're in a fragile state right now. I know you are, right? You've been in a relationship with this woman since you were 15, so this is rough. Don't isolate, right? Worst thing you can do right now is isolate. Like, talk to people. Be so, even when you don't feel like it, just try to talk to people. Be social. You need people. The worst thing, when people go through bad seasons, we have a tendency to try to hide ourselves. And that's the worst thing that we can do. It's like when you go through times like this, you need friendship. You need some sense of community, all right? So that's enough to get you started, man. But I would also go no contact with her. You can't really go no contact the way it's typically prescribed because you have to see her. So the way that I would go no contact is I would not be trying to talk to her or be super friendly. I would keep things very business-like with her. So if you have to talk to her with no personality. Okay, that's how you go no contact. So you pretty much reserve the part of yourself that she knew, and you give her like more of this like business code-like representative. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So you do those things. If you still struggle, come back. Feel free to DM me. All right? DM's open. Not for everybody, for this guy. DM's open for you. You need someone to talk to, I'm here for you, all right?
I do have one more question.
Go ahead.
How do I, when I grew up, how do I effectively talk about what I'm feeling?
To who?
Like better talk. Like, say if I do get into a relationship, how do I effectively communicate that way? Because one of the main reasons is just, we broke up with like I isolate myself, and I don't really like react. How do I communicate with what I'm feeling?
Do you have a tendency to actually feel your emotions, or do you try to like suppress them or distract yourself from them?
I just don't. I just try to let them in. Just like I stay in. Like I don't really talk about anything.
Okay. But like when it comes from feeling your emotions, do you allow yourself to feel them, or do you try to avoid them in a sense?
I guess avoid them.
Okay. That's probably partially why you can't communicate them, because you're not feeling them to begin with. So if somebody asked you like, you know, what you're feeling, you probably don't know because you're not feeling it. Okay. So that's the first thing I would say is start to, and this is a good opportunity to practice that, right? Like part of you healing from this situation is feeling what you're feeling. Maybe you set a timer to where it's like, you can set a timer to actually feel what you're feeling. If there's a resource on campus that you can talk to that person, right? They can help you, you know, if there's like I don't know how college works in that way, but like, is there like a therapist or something on campus that you can talk to? I'm sure there's some sort of mental health support. Talking to someone like that can also help as well, right? Use all the resources. When I say like you need a support system, that's part of it, right? Like use every bit of resource to your disposal.
What could be a good support system to like effectively like regulate my emotions.
Anyone that you can connect with and not be judged by. So friendship, right? If there's like mental health support on campus, that counts as well. Talking to your friends from back home, that helps. Talking to your family, that helps. Any and all of it. It's best if it is in person, but if you can't make it in person right now, talk to friends, right? So your marching orders are going to be no contact with her, do what you can to make friends, feel what you're feeling, and lean on the support system that you currently have. That could be counselors or anything that's on campus, therapy that's on campus, therapists on campus, and family and friends from back home. All right?
Yes, sir.
All right, brother. So I expect to hear from you within a week, DM, of
Yes, sir.
what you've accomplished. All right?
Yes, sir.
All right, brother. You take care, man. Moz, can you screenshot him? I'm gonna send him the course to help him out. Shamar, what's going on?
Well, God,
What's going on, brother?
yeah, man, here, you know, just, you know, I'm saying I'm gonna jump on play thing because look like this are the right night, but you know, say still differently. Generally, you know, say me see a girl and me see one girl I like and thing and she say what me can bring to the table and thing, but you know, me's a chef still, you know, you see me, and
Do we got is there any translations hold on one second, boss man. Please tell me we got a translator. I just canceled Duolingo. So I need somebody in the chat. Okay, what did he just say? I want to be respectful. Let's get, what did he say? Hold on. Okay, he met a girl. Okay, I'm gonna get back to you, boss man. I need the chat to break down what you said real quick. He said he met a woman. And what else? That's it? He's a chef? Okay, he's a chef. He met a woman. All right. Okay. All right, keep going, boss man. We got some translations in the chat that can that can help facilitate this. All right.
So I'm saying that she is asking what I can bring to the table.
Okay.
So you know, I'm letting her know that I can help her, you know, but so my salary would be like $50,000, 50,000 Jamaican for 2 weeks. So it would have been $100 total for the fortnight. For the month, I should say so. But basically, it's like she can't satisfy with that. What do you think we should do?
Okay, so she's not satisfied with that amount?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. So what's the question here, boss man?
So me I say, what how am I go about that situation there? Because it's like basically
we're back to this? Hold on, you were doing so good. Okay, rephrase that. Rephrase that last part that you just said. I didn't catch it.
I'm saying if I can give her like 20,000 out of my pay when I get paid for the fortnight, I'm saying, and she is saying that she's like basically she can't satisfy with that. So how would you go about that?
Okay.
What is your suggestion?
Okay. So you're saying you made 50,000 American.
Man.
You say you made 50,000 Jamaican dollars, right? And that's not enough for her. So you're asking me if you told her you can give her 20,000, and she still said it's not enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Well then, there's nothing really more you can do, right? If like you want to deal with this woman and she's telling you the price to deal with her, and you can't pay the price, like you can rob somebody. I don't know if you want to rob somebody, but it's like you got to make more money, right? Like that's the only option is to make more. So
I never went to jail before, and I don't even know how a courthouse look. I don't plan to.
my man. Okay. So it's like, well, you either got to make more or find someone who isn't requiring that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if it's a cultural thing. I don't know how that works, but like, is that typical for women to expect that over there?
Well, yeah. I hear people say, me hear people say they have real girl they are same way. You get what me I say, but it's just that me not really book up on none of them type there.
Okay. The chat is saying that not all women over there are like that. So you might be dealing with a woman who's more materialistic. So I would advise for you to try to find women who are not materialistic. Okay?
Okay.
All right, brother. Best luck to you, all right? Take care, T. I felt like I was sitting on the remote. Was he like going in and out of English? Or was I tripping? Okay, I wasn't tripping. All right, it was other people. Okay.
Hello.
Hello. Hold on one second. I think we got one person in front of you. Laura? Laura, are you there? Okay. Sure, was in the sleeping bag, won't she? Newell, what's going on?
Hi, how are you?
Hey, how are you?
I'm okay. So, there's this guy I've been talking to, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know if we're talking much, but hey. So, we work at the same place. So, I'm going to start how we first met, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll try to make this quick.
Okay.
So, we work together. He happens to be a doctor in my hospital. And one time I contacted him, right, about a patient or whatever. We talked. And then, like on the Epic, he gave me a number, and he was like, "Hey, can you call me?" And then when I called him, he was like, "Oh, I think we kind of live together." Apparently, we live together, like at the same apartment, and he's like my next door neighbor, right? And I'm like, "Oh yeah, like that's a crazy coincidence, whatever." And like after that, we bumped into each other a couple times, and he was like, "Hey, like, can I get your number? Like, I never got your number, whatever." I gave him my number. And then we like a few days late, like he texted me, didn't reply. A few days later, like I texted him, and then he replied, and then we talked for a little bit, and he was like, "Hey, like, what are you doing? Do you want to hang out, whatever?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you can come over," because like he literally lives next door to me. Like it was not a big deal, right? I'm like, "Yeah, let's hang out." Like so he came over, we hung out at my place for a little bit, and then we were like, "Okay, let me go see your place," whatever. He invited me over, so we went there. And then next thing you know, things happened. One thing led to another, and things happened. Like, I don't want to go into details, but like, you know, like nothing too crazy happened, but like general things, right? Don't make that face. But you know what I mean. So, and then that day I went home, didn't hear from him until like at night because I went home in the morning. Didn't hear from him at night, and then he texted me and he's like, hey, like, sorry, whatever. He explained why. And then I replied to him, doesn't text me, and then, like, I don't know, like, a couple of weeks later, we hang out again. And then after that, we've been talking, like, I don't want to say consistently, but, like, at least, like, once a day or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, I texted him last time he texted me, and he was like, hey, like, sorry I haven't replied to you. Like, I've just been busy. Like, I've been here and here. Basically, like, telling me, like, what he's been doing and, like, kind of explaining why he hasn't replied to me in 24 hours. And I'm like, you know what? He explained, so I'm just, like, not gonna make a big deal, right? I'm too grown for this. So the guy is basically, like, a little, like, I want to say on and off guy. He's, like, a little giving me, like, hot and cold situation. And, like, it's so awkward because, like, we work and if it was, like, someone else, I'd be like, okay, yeah, fuck this. Like, I'm not entertaining this. But, like, I don't want it to be awkward at work or, like, honestly, even at home, like, whenever I bump into him. So, like, I literally, like, don't know what to tell him. Should I be like, hey, like, you know, like, I don't like how this is going. Like, I feel like I deserve more effort, like, from a man. And, like, that's what I like. And I feel like, you know, like, you don't do that. Or should I just, like, be like, not reply to him when he texts and kind of, like, ghost?
Okay.
I don't know what to do.
And you've been dating him or talking to him for how long?
I want to say, like, a month. I know this is so silly and it's a short time, but...
And he goes extended periods of time without making contact?
I don't know, like, the longest he did was, like, 2 weeks, so, yeah, I would say.
2 weeks in a month?
Yeah. I mean, like, a month that we, like, actually, like, started hanging out, but, like, we've known each other before that, like...
Okay. But within this month, he's going 2 weeks without talking to you?
Yeah. So, like, I'm like, is this casual? But, like, when we're together, he's, like, talking about, like, you know, if this were to work out, like, you know, I want this, I want that. I'm like, I mean, I need more effort, you know? But then I also understand because he works, like, 6 days a week and... like, it's, like, 12-hour shifts, so, like, I get it, but at the same time, I work 12 hours, so...
What's his specialty? What kind of doctor is
he? Right now, he's doing surgical residency, so...
Oh, okay. Okay, he's a resident?
Yeah, okay. Like, I get that he doesn't have time, whatever, but, like...
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. No, it's definitely... are you a resident as well?
No, I'm a nurse. I'm a new grad nurse.
Okay, all right. Gotcha.
This is where it starts. Like, this is such a bad look, you know? Like, that's why I don't want to make a whole fuss out of this.
Have you ever dated a doctor before?
Yes.
Okay. What was that experience like?
I mean, it was okay. I feel like they're just very low effort just because they're, like... I don't know, like, I think they're all that. Like, not... I don't want to talk about everyone because, like, some people are great, but... I don't know. I just don't like that.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm not after the bad guys. Like.
Okay. So when he went that 2 weeks, was it like at the beginning half of the month y'all been together or the back half? Okay.
No, it was like at the beginning. I think he went that long because he thought I wasn't like in our city. He thought I was in another city because I texted him like, I'm not here. I'm in Albany. And he was kind of like waiting for me to get back. And when he saw me in my, you know, like our apartment, he was like, "Oh my God, you're back." So I don't know.
Okay. Okay. And you say that when you see him recently, he'll start to make future plans?
Yeah.
And y'all have already slept together?
No.
You haven't?
No, yeah, we just made surface level things, like make out, whatever. But like, like that's also the thing. Like I told him like I don't really like sleep around with men, whatever, and he's like okay with it. You know what I mean? Like.
Okay, so.
He's like, I respect that. Like, you know, like if you don't want to do it until you're married, whatever. I'm like, yeah, like.
Oh, so you're abstaining?
Yeah, like I don't. Yeah, I feel like this is too personal to talk in like front of everyone.
Okay.
But yeah.
No, that's good. You're abstaining. Okay, fine.
And he respects that, so like that's a big thing for me. Like he doesn't, you know, he doesn't want to do anything.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. So he hasn't tried to sleep with you?
No, I told him like I don't do it, and he was like, okay, well, yeah, I respect that. Like, unless we're married, like, we don't, we don't have to do anything.
And he hasn't tried.
No. After I told him that, he was like, okay, no. Before that, he tried.
Before that, he tried. Okay.
He tried, but then I told him, and he's like, okay, yeah.
Okay, I know he tried. Okay. So,
He did try.
so he's not abstaining.
No.
Okay. I will tell you this, love. If you are abstaining, you got to date someone who is abstaining as well.
Okay.
Because, like, okay, so if you told me that y'all slept together, right? And after y'all slept together, he was future pacing, like talking about the future.
We didn't sleep together, so.
No, I know you didn't. That's why I asked you. I'm just telling you my thought process.
Yeah.
So if y'all had slept together, and then after that he was like future pacing,
Okay.
that would have more credibility than a situation where y'all haven't slept together and he's future pacing. Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because in scenario one, he's already guiding like the main thing, right?
Yeah.
So there's nothing more really to be gained. So this is probably a true expression of his intent. Scenario two, y'all haven't slept together. So you could argue the narrative is being painted for him to showcase like real romantic intent with the intention of potentially sleeping with you, right? Now, we're just speaking in terms of probability. Like, he could still be honest. There's no data to suggest that, aside from the 2-week thing, there's no data to suggest that he's not serious. It's just unlikely that he is, right? So what you can do is play it by ear. Continue. Y'all only a month in. Continue dating them, right? Like I tell women and men all the time, what you're looking for is consistency of behavior. Yes, the 2 weeks, but the 2 weeks was at the beginning of the 1 month that they've dealt with each other, right? So from what she's telling me, like his consistency has increased since then. He also
still hasn't replied to me in like 4 days, so like I don't know about consistency.
He has replied to you in 4 days.
Yeah, that's what I'm spiraling about. Like,
Now that's okay.
You know what I mean?
Now 4 days not responding. Like, okay, yeah, you're busy, but not that busy.
That's what I'm telling you. Like,
not that busy. You're not that busy.
Yeah.
When you were saying before, it was like the 2 weeks before. It was like, one, he's a surgeon.
That was
two,
like beginning. Like that was too early.
Right, but he's a surgeon residency. But then also, you said he thought you were out of town, so there was some plausible deniability there.
Mm-hmm.
4 days not talking.
Yeah, he said he was in Brooklyn, whatever. But like,
Yeah.
the phone works in Brooklyn.
Nah, text only takes a couple of seconds. A couple of seconds, right?
So like right now, I just don't know if I should just be like very like okay, whatever, like not to talk about it and kind of just be like normal, or if should I like address it and be like, listen, like this is not what I want.
Well, you addressing it isn't going to change anything.
Right.
His lack of communication is a representation of the priority that you occupy in his life. You addressing it does not raise you in priority.
So just ignore it, right?
I would look at it as a signal of what his intentions are.
I feel like his actions say a lot more than
Right.
what he's talking about. Yeah.
Right. So that's
Yeah,
how
I
I would
am a
play it
nurse,
out.
guys. What the fuck? Anyway, thank you so much for your advice. I really appreciate it.
No problem, love. Keep me posted on how it goes, all right?
Okay, I will. Thank you.
All right, take care. Was she pressure chat? Well, Bobby's not in the chat, is he? I couldn't really see the profile pic, but the little itty bitty features that I saw, pressure. But yeah, love, you still watching. You need to find someone who's also abstaining. Like you can't. So you seen me check it out. Yeah, you can't. If you're abstaining, you can't really deal with someone who's not. You're not going to talk them into it, right? You'll best get someone who pretends to abstain. And if you're new to abstaining, you gonna fold. You're already talking about y'all in each other's living spaces, and you're making out with them. Like, you're going to fold eventually. So just Just know that going in, all right? All right. Who we got next? Is this Halor? And stop telling people that so freely. Men love to conquer in that situation. Yeah, that's true. Halor, are you there? What are you talking in the chat for? Are you coming up? Because you're muted right now. Okay. So you must not mean to come up. No worries.
I hadn't really planned on it.
Regina, what's going on?
Oh, not much.
All right.
I just want to ask a question.
Sure.
Okay. I've been hanging out with this guy for about 3 years.
Uh-huh.
And I happened to run across something that I was very curious about. Why would this man have these rubbers in his house as he's a single? He's not really a single guy because we're supposed to be in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of wondering what's up with that. And he told me, which I guess I'm supposed to be boo the fool, that he had him for a long time. Why are you still hanging on to him?
Right.
It's backwards.
Right. Okay. You check out, did you keep the expiration date by any chance?
No, I didn't. I didn't think about the expiration date.
Yeah, you gotta check that date.
But I was just kind of curious, like, why would a man keep them if he wasn't going to use them?
How long have y'all been together?
About 3.5, 4 years.
4 years? Where did you find him at?
On a dating site.
No, you found him on a dating site. No, I mean the rubbers. Where did you find the rubbers at?
Oh, not on a dating site. On top of the refrigerator of all places.
On top of the refrigerator?
Yeah.
Were they like dusty? Or were they fresh?
Shiny and fresh to me.
Shiny and fresh 4 years? Nah, no. If they were on their refrigerator for like 3-4 years, they would be kind of dusty.
Well, I don't think they were up there for that long, no. Like I
Why
said,
would they be up there then?
Well, they weren't up there for that long. They just appeared up there.
Okay, well, how did they get up there?
I don't know.
You
I
didn't
guess they
ask?
put 'em up there. Excuse me, I didn't hear you.
You didn't ask why they were on top of the refrigerator?
No, I didn't ask that one. I asked him what was he doing with them. But I didn't
Yeah,
ask
that doesn't make sense. Because that means if they're on top of the refrigerator, then he came across them. And he came across them. It's his first time coming across them in 3 years?
No, I think you're misunderstanding what I'm saying.
No, I'm understanding. I think you're not understanding what I'm saying. I'm trying to work through practically how he even came across condoms to put them on top of the refrigerator.
I
Right?
don't know that. I
So-
don't live with them, so I don't know that.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking through. Yeah, I'm not asking you the question. I'm kind of just thinking out loud.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine. So it's like, to even put them on top of the refrigerator means that he has to come across them. So it's like, so you just haven't come across these condoms for 3 to 4 years? Doesn't really make sense. Right?
No.
More than likely, these are newer condoms. They probably were out and he just like very quickly threw them on top of the fridge as he was coming over. But what was his energy like when like you addressed him? Because you would know better than me with the whole women's intuition thing. Did he seem guilty when you brought it up?
It seemed like he didn't have an answer.
Like he didn't have an answer?
Like, yeah, like, oh wow, I'm shocked. He didn't know I knew about it.
Uh-huh.
So when I approached him with it, he was like, oh wow. Like, surprised that I knew about it.
Right.
But not nervous.
Okay.
Not like, okay, I'm guilty.
So he was kind of calm about it.
Yeah.
Okay. How did you find him?
Well, I was fixing myself a cup of coffee in the morning, and I know I was out of sugar, and
there was a lunchbox on top of the refrigerator.
Okay.
And I didn't know people would go to lunch and they throw salt and pepper and sugar or whatever in their lunchbox. So I was like, oh, okay, it might be some over here. But to my surprise, it wasn't the lunch I thought it would be.
Right. Okay. So, have you noticed any behavior changes as of late on his end?
Well, I do feel like sometimes when I call him, he ignores my calls, but I guess he's not aware that when I text him, it'll tell you if you read the message or not. I don't think he realizes that.
Really? Don't tell him. Let him not.
You don't let your left hand do what your right hand do.
Right.
No. So I will text him and he will read it. And I would call him right after that and he wouldn't answer. Will not answer.
Ooh.
Will not answer.
How long has this been going on?
A long time. You know, I'm like, why don't you answer the phone? I'm not at my phone. My phone is not in my hand. My phone is not there. My phone is. I don't walk around with my phone in my hand.
You got some lying going on, huh? So has it been going on for like a year, 2 years?
On and off, yeah.
On and off for a year, 2 years?
2 years, more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got some thinking to do, love. There's not any real hard evidence, but I always say where there's smoke, there's fire. So.
Well, I'll say this. I ain't telling you everything, but I should tell you everything. So then you could probably say, okay, yeah, well, you might as well go and forget about this person.
That would help if you told me everything, sure.
Well, the first time I noticed something was a couple of months ago. There was some lubrication on the side of the bed where I normally be at. That kind of shocked me, like, okay, well, what's up with this lubrication?
Right.
Then there was this, we were having a gathering at my house, and he left his cell phone on the table, and the cell phone rang. Mm-hmm. Well, it didn't ring. Excuse me. She texted him, and a woman popped up. So I looked at the phone, read the message. It wasn't nothing that would upset me. The message wasn't anything that would upset me. It's the fact that it was a woman texting him upset me more than the text message.
What did the text message say?
Something about, I don't know, something about her kids doing something, and didn't make any sense to me because I didn't know the beginning of the conversation.
Gotcha.
But then I proceeded on to look at the rest of the messages, and I seen a picture.
Uh-oh. She was lubed up?
No. He sent her one.
He sent her one?
Yeah.
Okay, Regina, what are we talking about then, Regina? You already know what's going on.
He's out in a relationship.
Yes, what are we talking about? You know what the situation is.
Because the other day, I said, and I went over everything with him, and I asked him about it. And we've been through some really, really hard times together. That I wouldn't think that he would go in that route. And the fact that I've been having his back for the last 3-4 years.
He's been through some hard times with a few people, it sounds like. So you know that he's been involved with other people. So it's like, what are you going to do in this situation?
Well, I confronted him about it. And he told me he's not messing with anybody. He hasn't had any sex with anybody or anything like that. But it's not something that I truly believe. It broke my trust when I found the lubrication. Because that was the first time my trust has ever been broken with him. Now it seems like it's like, don't go. I didn't do anything wrong. Begging me to stay. And I'm kind of like, this is a waste of my time. Because if you're going to continue to do this or have this type of behavior, I have to move on for my own well-being. So, why you got that expression?
Cause
you know what to do, you don't need to do
exactly. You hear things from me, Regina. You made it seem like it was a toss-up, but this is a black and white situation. Like, this man is likely still going to cheat on you, okay? Mm-hmm. There's no reason not to. because you're putting up with it. Okay, so you have to decide what you want to do with that. No judgment. However you want to play it, I'm not judging you. I'm just here to clarify.
No, I just think that I should leave it alone because it's not going to get me anywhere. And he's already made it perfectly clear he doesn't want any women living with him, and he's not going to live with no women.
Okay.
So there's nowhere for us to go.
All right. If that's what you want, that's what you want. All right.
Well, no, I don't want that.
If you come home and see him clapping cheeks on top of the refrigerator, you can't get mad because this is what you signed up for. All right.
Yeah.
All right, but I gotta get some other caller, love. Best of luck to you. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Who we got next? Marisol.
Hi, good evening.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. Your audio is coming in real low, love.
Real low? Okay, I'm gonna fix my thing. How about that?
It's even worse now.
How about now?
There we go. Perfect.
All right. So I'm thinking, I've been dating this guy for a couple of months, and it's always an excuse. Like, he's always working, he's so busy, and never find time. For example, there's been like twice that he just left me hanging. Like, okay, we're gonna meet up, come to my house, but then I'm ready, but then, he's not there. It's not like nothing is showing up. Like, he's, like, for example, today was one of those days. Like, we set up a date. He always saying that he wants me, that he cares for me, that he needs me in his life. Like, he hates that we don't live together, all these things. But then, like a day like today, he was like, no shout, no call, no text, nothing. I don't even know if it's okay. Like, what do you think?
Okay, so he's just not communicating with you?
He's not. His communication is very lacking.
Okay.
Yes.
How long have y'all been dating?
About 3 months.
Has his communication always been this poor?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay. And you've told him that you expect more consistent communication?
Oh, definitely.
And what was
plenty of times.
What was his response?
He said, yes, I promise you, yeah, it's going to change, but it never does.
Okay.
Like today, we were supposed to meet up.
Okay. Hold on, love. So if it never changes, do you want to be with him?
I would like to be with him.
No. If it never changes, if this is what it's like to be with him, if it stays this way, do you want to be with him?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, well then it sounds like you don't want to be with him then because it's not changing. If it hasn't changed up to this point, then it's going to stay the way it currently is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
How can a person be that, not have nothing, like, no response to anything, but obviously say that they want you, they need you, everything. You know?
I mean, yeah, it's people lie to get what they want sometimes.
True.
Okay.
Well, that's so true. All right, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
No problem, love. Take care.
You too.
Khalil, what's up, bro?
What's going on, man?
Chilling, man. What's up with you?
Okay, man. I got a question. Well, okay. Long story short, I've been talking to this woman for like maybe 4 months, and we would talk every day. We see each other, quite a bit of times. Like, she lives in San Antonio. I live in Louisiana.
Okay.
But long story short, you know, we kind of had a little disagreement, and she kind of like she really just ghosted me because of the disagreement.
Mm-hmm.
And she, you know, I tried giving her space. You know, I apologized about, you know, what I told her. And it's been like maybe 3 weeks ever since we talked. Like, should I just leave it alone, or should I just,
What?
you know, just...
Why did she ghost you again?
It was because of a disagreement that we had, man.
What was it about?
Okay, I wouldn't even... Well, okay. It was basically like a joke. I don't even want to say it out loud because, you know, I don't want the women coming attacking me in this chat.
Understood.
But it was just a joke. I didn't have no ill intentions with it. I'm not that type of person. Whenever I'm around people that, you know, I'm comfortable with, the clown in me just comes out. That's just how I am.
Okay.
She took offense to the joke. I took accountability like a man should.
Mm-hmm.
I tried talking to her. I texted her. Hell, I even sent her flowers to her house, and I still never heard from her. At this point, I don't know what the hell I should do about this situation.
And y'all were dating for how long?
4 months.
How many times did you see her in person?
At least 5 times.
Okay.
Yeah, I spent like a whole week, like 5 times when I went out there. So.
Okay. I wish I knew what the joke was, man. That would help a lot. So you don't have to.
Okay, hold on. All right, fine. The lady, apparently everybody want to know in the chat. Look, y'all don't judge me. Y'all don't judge me for this.
You're good. Don't read the chat. Just pretend like they're not here.
Okay, so the joke was about. It was a joke about her being greedy. That was it. That was nearly the joke.
It's about her being greedy?
Yeah.
Is she on the thicker side?
No, like she's slim thick. Like she got she's slim thick, flat stomach, curvy, everything.
Okay.
But it wasn't like to call her fat or none of that. It was just a joke, really.
They said they want it verbatim. What exactly was said, if you can? No judgment, okay?
Oh man.
Chat, no judgment.
Y'all don't judge me, man. So there was one time, you know, we went out to eat. We went to this spot, this little breakfast spot.
Yeah.
And you know, the food was good, you know, like, and you know, it's like she kind of, you know, tore that food up.
Yeah.
Like she really.
Yeah.
But I was just, you know, just playing with her. But obviously, I see how that could offend, you know, some women.
No, what you say?
I told her, you know, like, damn, girl, you really killed that damn food over there.
That's all you said?
Whatever, but that's what I said.
That's it?
That's all I said.
That you killed the food over there?
Yeah, but I told her that in a text, honestly, because that was like after I came back home.
Okay.
And I don't know if she misinterpreted it in the text, but I told her that I was joking. I didn't mean nothing.
Hold on. How did she respond when you sent the text?
She told me that. Okay, I'm trying to remember exactly how she said it. She said, "Women don't like that. You know, you might want to remember that for the next woman that you meet." And I'm like, okay, but can we just talk about this? I mean, there's not no reason for you to, you know, cut me off about that. I mean, I'm apologizing.
So she said women don't like that. You may want to think about that, blah, blah, blah. And then how did you respond to that?
Well, really, I wasn't trying to go back and forth in the text. Okay. I was trying to call her.
Okay.
Because I don't do the back and forth in the text. I don't.
Got you. So
I try to call her. I try to apologize. I even send an audio message to her, like to try to apologize and everything.
Okay.
And she never
So you haven't heard from her since?
Yeah.
Okay. How was she in person on that trip in general? Was she any different?
Bro, like in person, how we would always talk and always be in tune with the conversation, like on the phone and in text. It was the same way in person.
I mean, like the last time you saw her in person when you made this comment, like, was she any different?
No, she didn't even act different at all.
Okay. 4 months together.
Yeah.
Was this a relationship or just dating?
It was really just dating, but at the same time, I don't know, man. Like with this girl, like I kind of felt some type of way towards her because she reminded me of my late girlfriend who passed away in a car accident.
Sorry to hear that, bro. So I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, it's all good, man. But
did she ever display any kind of like insecurity over her weight or anything like that?
no, she never did. She never did.
Something.
She never said anything. I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe she may have an eating disorder or something. I don't know. She never even said nothing about that. She never even told me none of that.
Something's missing. I think you're being honest, so I don't think you're missing anything.
But at the same time, like the way she, just went about it, I don't know. It's because she has poor communication skills, or is she just emotionally unintelligent, or whatever, or I don't know. Maybe she was talking to somebody else. I don't know.
That's what I'm leaning towards, because it's long distance. It don't really seem okay. You say you're a jokey person, right? So this isn't probably the first time you joked at her expense. Fair?
But see the thing is though, I had before.
That's what I'm saying.
She never had a problem with it.
That's the point that I'm making. I said by you saying that, you saying you're a jokey person, this is not the first time you made a joke at her expense, right? And it sounded like she didn't respond this way previously, right?
Yeah, she never responded that way before.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. That and it just kind of like bamboozled me a little bit because I'm like, well, damn, okay, like what the fuck.
Mm-hmm.
But like I'm telling her, like, hey, like I'm not trying to come off, insensitive or I don't have any ill intentions. I was just joking. Like that's just how I am. But I get it. We were still getting to know each other, and like I could see if we were like if we were dating like for I don't know like a year or more than that, then I could be myself around her like that. But I don't know, like I guess like being
and you're telling me verbatim that that's what you said. You're not softening it or anything. That's verbatim what you said.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. This can't be about that joke. There's no way.
And that's what I'm thinking though. Because
there's no way it's about that joke. There's no way possible. There's no way possible.
And it can't be because like me, honestly, I think maybe she was talking to somebody else. And I'm cool with it because honestly, I don't really care no more. Honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But if that is the case, you could have told me.
Right. I hear you. Yeah, it's it's not about the joke, bro. It's something more going on that probably isn't being talked about here. It could have just been her way out, but there's something else happening here. And I lean towards another person because that's kind of what happens a lot of times with long distance, right? Especially when there's not like progression. Like long distance, you kind of have to like move a bit faster in a sense to get things locked down, because being that far from the person isn't really a natural state to be in.
And see, whenever I literally had a conversation I had multiple conversations with her about how she felt about the long distance. She said that she was cool with it. Okay.
How'd y'all meet?
I was actually on a guys trip out there.
Okay.
And we came across each other at the mall. So, we started talking and we just instantly clicked. And, as I got to know her a little bit more, I got attached to her. Because, like I said, she reminded me of my late girlfriend that passed.
Mm-hmm.
And it was never a dull moment between us. We would always talk about anything. We always have something to talk about. And when we were in person, it was the vibe. Like, it was just, the connection was real. That's all I'm gonna say. Like,
Yes. The reason why you got to kind of move like with some urgency with long distance is because what happens typically, especially if you stay in limbo, is one party finds somebody who's closer, and that closer person automatically has the advantage, right? So it's like you got to move. And it's not even that you were moving slow. You said 4 months, but like this is why I don't advise long distance, because it's such an unnatural state. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true. Now, if I were to do long distance, like what's the furthest do you recommend?
I mean, it really depends on how frequently you can see the person. So distance doesn't really matter if you can see them with some degree of frequency. But like my coach, for example, he met his wife. He's American. He met his wife in Poland. His wife is Polish. It's a whole different continent, right? So it's like, and they're married. They've been married over 10 years now. So it can work sometimes, but there's just too much volatility. Relationships are hard even if you're in the same city. You making it long distance just makes it even more difficult. So it needs to be like a real legitimate reason why you're going after it. Like, you didn't do anything wrong in this situation. Like 4 months, I mean, you can make your argument around 4 months you should progress to an actual relationship, right? And that could have put her in a situation where it's like, okay, I'm dating him for 4 months. We're not even official yet, so let me keep my options open. And then she kept her options open and found somebody else. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you got to kind of move fast. Not fast like super fast, but I'm talking about like you get into a long distance relationship and then within the year, within that year, you close the gap.
Gotcha. And see, and that was my thing, because I didn't want to move too fast. Because I didn't want to put pressure on her, and that was just why I was moving a little bit slower. And I mean, I already got my heart broken before because of that.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't let me give you the impression that you could have done something differently here and it would have worked. That's not what I'm saying. I'm more so speaking to like an ideal scenario. You could have done everything perfect here, and it still played out the way it played out. You know what I mean?
And my thing on it, man, is just I'm the type of person that wants to, fix things whenever I know that there is a problem. And for you to, just ghost me, after that, I mean, for something simple like that, I mean, come on now. I mean, we're adults.
Right.
I mean, that's kind of like high school shit. I mean,
Right.
I'm just saying.
Right.
But I started thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, she probably, found somebody better than me or whatever. But
Not better than you, bro. Don't start thinking like that. Closer. That's it. Whoever's closer wins. You know what I mean? It's like, because that's what you want. If you're in a relationship with somebody, you want them to be in proximity to you. So you just find somebody else who you have a better connection with. You grieve this situation, right?
Right.
Then you just find somebody else. You're like a good looking guy, charming guy, funny guy. So it's like, you'll find somebody. It's only a matter of time. Right? Just find somebody closer.
Appreciate it, man.
You'll do all right, man.
And to be honest with you, now that you mention it, there is one homegirl that been trying to get at me for years, so
Hey,
I think I might.
might gotta do that. Just don't call her a fat ass when you do it, all right?
I ain't going to call her that. Hey, I never done that. I never will.
Don't do that. Learn your lesson there. All right.
Hey, I learned my lesson. I learned my lesson with that. But hey, I ain't never called a woman no fat ass. Nothing.
There we go. All right. All right, boss man. Let me know how it goes. All right.
Sure will, man. I appreciate you.
All right, Chief. Be easy.
All right.
All right, people.